Alright guys, so I just wanted to explain the rubric because I didn't really tell you what it meant, but basically it's like there's writing, visuals, performance, editing, and originality. And I rate each of those on a scale from 1 to 5. And then I take, and it's so like the highest you can get is a 25. And I put that number over 25 and cross multiply it with like x over 10 so that I can get a number that makes sense, which would be like 1 out of 10.
It's a proportion problem.
Yeah.
So it's equal.
So it's equal. Today we're going to be talking about the film Zoolander. This movie, I really liked this one. It was so funny. I actually, like, for some reason, even though I like comedies, you know, everyone likes laughing and everything, I just don't go out of my way that much to go see comedies. So, but, like, for some reason, everybody was telling me that this movie was hilarious, and they're like, you haven't seen Zoolander? So when I watched it, oh my god. I was cracking up the entire time. And actually, you know what's interesting to me about this is that Ben Stiller, he was a star and everything, but he directed this movie. And the only other movie I knew that he directed was The Cable Guy, which was pretty funny, but it wasn't my favorite. And I normally love Jim Carrey, but oh my gosh. And he made Tropic Thunder recently. So I didn't know that he directed that either, but he did. Let's break this one down. For writing, you know, it was a good story. It was you know, some good, like, hilarious jokes. They were pretty good. So I gave the writing about a 3. Visuals, I actually was paying attention to the cinematography of this movie and the lighting and everything. They actually did a pretty good job. I was impressed. I mean, for a comedy, like, normally I don't, you know, like sitcoms and things, like, it's really easy to do comedy because it doesn't have to be visual. It's all about, you know, the acting and like whether they can pull off the humor and the timing and everything. But for real, like, they took their time to do some good camera work in this movie. Like, some of the shots were really good, and the lighting, even though it, like, some parts were like over dramatic just to be funny, like, it was really good. So I gave that a 4. Let's see, what else is there? Performance. Of course, you know, humor is different kind of acting, definitely. So it's not like to be taken too seriously anyway. So I gave it about a 3 because it was good, but it wasn't like that's impressive or anything. The humor was dead on though. And the other thing was editing. And I actually noticed that they did a good job editing this one too. Because, you know, there was split screen and like even like the introductory thing, there was a scene where Ben Stiller's character was going to accept an award, or he was nominated for Male Model Award, and they had different candidates for that. And you know how at award shows they always have like a little compilation of things that they've done. Well, that was really well edited. You know, so there's a lot of variety in the editing, and I thought it was done very well. So I gave that a 4 also. And the last thing is originality, which I had to also give a 4 because it was pretty darn original. I mean, like, who makes a movie about a male model that's past his prime and an evil fashion designer? Like, that's with like conspiracy theories. It was so out there, and I know this humor is different from from other humor that I generally like, which is kind of more like witty and smartly written. I'm trying to think of a good example of that.
And Buffy.
Like Buffy or Silver Linings Playbook and stuff like that. Like it's a different kind of feeling, you know, of humor. It's like classy humor. This was stupid humor, but it was so funny and enjoyable and entertaining. So overall, after, you know, scoring those and doing the cross multiplication, 7.2. So and that's pretty accurate for me. So, you know, good score. Not best movie in the world, but I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I recommend it. So thank you for joining us, and I guess I'll see you next time.